Hi, my name is Steve Mackey, and I'm the composer of Moon Tea, which is a short opera, which I describe as a surreal reimagining of the visit by the Apollo 11 astronauts to have tea with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip in Buckingham Palace. So the significance of the final scene, well, first of all, I should confess that one of my great inspirations is it's Mozart and Mozart operas, and I right from the beginning knew I wanted to build a scene, a big ensemble scene with a quintet like this, just because it's exciting, and this scenario gave me that opportunity because after the first part of the opera, where these five characters are not listening to each other. They all have their independent fantasies and concerns and ego issues. This scene is the climax of the opera merely by putting them in a place where they start to listen to one another and they start to realize that the reason they're here is because of one small step for a man, a giant leap for mankind. And for a moment, they put aside their petty concerns and unrealistic fantasies and realize this actually happened. They can listen to each other and realize that all the things that they're saying connect and are subsumed and made whole by that sentiment. One small step for a man, a giant leap for mankind. And the idea behind this is it's inspiration from, 16th century madrigals. Now, in 16th century madrigals, there'd be, often 5 voices, 4 or 5 voices, and the same kind of thing would happen. They'd be all singing different texts, but the timing would work out, and the holes in one text would be filled by text in another voice. And in those cases, they were usually sort of bawdy sexual innuendo. In this case, I'm trying to get a kind of a noble thought together, but that is the inspiration. I was a lute player as a young man, so played and was involved in these madrigals. So that's sort of the inspiration. We're trying to embed this bigger thought into these individual ideas. The challenge for this and for me the kind of compositional challenge and triumph was to make these things all connect in a melody that was convincing but not too easy, right? It couldn't be, I want to say a giant, one small step for a man, a giant leap for mankind. It can't be something really banal. It can't be, one small step for a man, a giant leap for mankind. It had to be something that felt like it was forged, right? So, got a guitar here. So the little fragments is that's one small step, and then Janet sings for a man. Remember, her for a man is coming from a tender look, not a look for a man. And then Neil, who's been sneezing the whole time, instead of achoo is a giant leap. That's the biggest leap over an octave. And Philip is, I want to be an inspiration for mankind. So that whole tune I really like that tune. It's not an easy tune though. It's a tune that sounds like it's somehow forged together from different elements, but now has a continuity on its own. And that's when I felt like I had it right, when I had sort of the right amount of disjuncture and continuity in this composite melody.
I feel that small step becomes a child. Inspiration for mankind, the queen of the moon tea. One small step for a child. Inspiration giant